Testimony continued today in Idaho for the murder trial of the so-called Doomsday mom, Lori Vallow. Vallow and her fifth husband are accused of murdering her two children and her husband's previous wife, all as part of the couple's Doomsday beliefs. Correspondent Alex Caprariello is live in Boise. And Alex, more discussion today on Lori's deceased ex-husband, Charles Vallow, who was shot and killed by Lori's brother. Did anything stick out to you about what the detective had to say?
Yeah, I think the jury was especially interested in hearing from this detective from Arizona. He was one of the first people to arrive on scene at that crime scene where Charles Vallow was shot and killed. And really what his main point was that the evidence from that crime scene didn't necessarily match up with what Alex Cox told investigators. Just a little bit of background, Alex Cox pleaded self-defense, saying that Charles Vallow actually attacked him with a baseball bat. But when they actually looked at the bullet shells that came out from that gun, one of them struck the baseboard after hitting Charles Vallow. And that actually corroborates with perhaps an attack in which he's defending himself. But it's the second bullet that actually stuck out to this investigator because that was actually lodged underneath Charles Vallow's body. That suggests that that second shot came when Charles Vallow was already on the ground, likely shooting from a point-blank range. So the jury paying special attention to that testimony from the investigator and exactly these allegations that he was shot and killed in self-defense.
Okay, so Alex, obviously a lot of focus on the fact that her two youngest children were killed. And today there was testimony attempting to pinpoint the exact date that happened. Right. Who did the state call to the stand for that?
Yeah, there were three people that stuck out to me when they were trying to pinpoint these expected dates for both JJ and Tylee. Number one was the elementary school principal at JJ's school in Idaho. Basically, he said that he saw JJ unexpectedly unenroll. Lori pulled him out of school, saying that she was going to send him down south to be with family and to go to a different special needs school. That principal said that he never actually got any records that JJ was enrolled at a different school and that the whole thing just seemed bizarre to him. Number two was a babysitter and a nanny for JJ. She testified that she was one of the last people likely to see JJ, and in that night where she was actually babysitting him, JJ was throwing a bit of a tantrum, and that was really hard on Lori. And then number three, the dean of students at BYUI. Lori has said repeatedly to many different people that her daughter Tylee was enrolled at BYUI. The dean of students from BYUI came to the courthouse today. He said that law enforcement contacted him, but he had no record at all from his school that Tylee ever actually enrolled.
And Alex, before we let you go, one of the witnesses apparently broke the rules.
Yeah, this was a big deal right around lunchtime today. The witness there was David Warwick. He's actually the husband of Melanie Gibb. Melanie was a very close friend to Lori at one point, and she actually testified last week. The big no-no that he did was actually he was listening to Gibb's testimony last week from his home. He says he wanted to hear how his wife was doing. He was concerned about what she might have been saying. He listened to her testimony for about 45 minutes, but as you might know, if you're going to be called as a witness later on in this trial, you're not supposed to be listening to anything that's happening. You're not supposed to be listening to other people's testimonies because it might influence your own. So that was a little bit of court drama earlier today, and Warwick certainly got some chastising from the judge about that, but ultimately the judge allowed him to move forward and actually testify. But there was one little caveat. The defense really got some leniency and leaned in on him as sort of to allow him to actually testify.
All right, Alex Caprariello with the latest in court today in Idaho. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.